Hi guys, welcome to Little Wicket Railway. I'm Rob, and in this video we're unpacking my final ever parcel from Hattons. And I'm sure you've heard the news by now. Hattons, one of the UK's largest model railway retailers, is closing down. I made a short video on that subject recently with a bit more info and explaining why I thought that was generally bad news, and I'll put a link up here. But as part of that closing down process, they've asked everyone to clear out any items they had stored in their trunks. Now, trunks were used to hold items that you'd bought, but asked Hattons to keep hold of until you were ready for delivery, and it could save on postage. So I've cleared out my trunk, plus they were holding a closing down sale, and everything sold out pretty quickly, but I did manage to get a few things in that. So let's take a look inside and see what's been delivered. And starting with some Pico track. So I normally get my track from Derail's model shop, but the discounts were pretty good from Hattons, so I picked up a few bits that I'll need for the future layout. So we've got a few large radius points. They're all Electrofrog. We've got a long crossing. We've got a large radius Y turnout. We've got 3 single slips, I think, and 3 double slips. And just to give you an idea of what the discount was on these, a double slip has a recommended retail price of just under £60, and Hattons were selling these for around 38. So a pretty good discount. Everything that I need for a future layout, so pretty happy with that. Next up, a Hattons own brand decoder. So I actually think I bought this in a previous sale that they did not too long before the closing down sale, but it was the same price, £14 for a 21 pin decoder. I think it is 6 functions. So that's pretty good. You won't get a better price for that. Next up, some wagons. So we've got a couple of Daypole 24-ton steel or hopper wagons in the Cadbury's Bourneville livery. I love collecting the Cadbury's liveried wagons. I've got all the old stuff from Hornby and some of the newer stuff from Daypole as well. So pretty happy with those, £8.50 each. Sticking with wagons, but this time from a Curious scale, we've got a triple pack of 21-ton mineral wagons, and these have an RRP of £75, I think, or around that. Hattons had discounted these by 35%, I want to say, and I paid around 48, which makes them pretty good value, and I've had my eye on these for a while, just not at £75. Sticking with wagons, but this time a pretty special one, and sticking with a Curious scale, it's the Siphon G in BR Maroon. Again, a wagon I've wanted for quite some time, but priced at £48 originally. Not one I was prepared to pay full price for, but discounted heavily again. Well worth it. So I'm looking forward to giving that a run. That's it for wagons. Moving on to locos. And this is one I bought a while back in a sale, and it's been sat in my trunk for ages. It's a pre-owned Bachmann 56XX, an 062 tank in GWR green. And it says it's DCC fitted, which is fantastic. It also said it was missing the coupling hooks, but that's not too much of a problem. And that the box is poor. Again, I'm not too bothered about that. Hattons really did have a thing about describing the quality of the boxes. There was a bit of a running joke that the loco inside would be a pile of junk, but the description would always say excellent box, and that somehow justified the price tag. But anyway, I think on this occasion, yeah, maybe you could say it is a poor box, but I'm not really too bothered. There were also a few comments on my other video about how much Hatton would charge for pre-owned items, and that sometimes they were a bit of a rip-off. But you needed to wait for the sales. That's where everything would be heavily discounted, and that's where I got this. So bearing in mind this is supposed to be DCC fitted, how much did it cost? Well, £46, and that's actually cheaper than the RRP for the Siphon G. So I've not looked at it yet. It could be dreadful, but at that price it was worth a punt, and we'll get it out and see if it runs in a bit. And the final item is the Bachmann Shakespeare Express train pack. Again, it's something that's been in the trunk for a while. I got this because we've been on the Shakespeare Express, and at £109, it sounded like a bargain. This comes with a hall class in GWR green, 2 Pullman coaches and a BR Mark 1 in chocolate and cream, plus a Stratford-upon-Avon open-top bus. Again, this is pre-owned and apparently DCC fitted. The description said that there might be some marked and worn paintwork on the coaches, but I couldn't see that in the photos. But you'll be pleased to know the box is very good. So that's it. I'll get some of this out onto the layout and we can see if the DCC fitted bargains actually work. So here I've got everything set up on the track, and there was a nice little surprise with the 56XX because the previous owner has fitted a driver and fireman. At least I'm pretty sure they weren't fitted by Bachmann, and they look really good, so that was a nice little bonus. Behind the 56XX, I've got the Siphon G, the 2 Cadbury hoppers, followed by the 3 mineral wagons. Not very prototypical, but that's all the wagons on the track. And in advance of this, I did put the loco on a programming track and set the address to 3, which it seemed to accept, which was a good sign. Then it was time to see how she ran, and fortunately, she pulled away nice and smoothly, so far so good. Turning our attention to the Shakespeare Express, we've got Rude Ashton Hall at the front, plenty of detail on this model and it looks really nice, followed by the 2 Pullmans, both unnamed, and then the Mark I. Another nice surprise is that the Pullmans have working table lamps. Again, I've already put the loco on the programming track and set the address to 4, which again it seemed to accept. I rather unfairly started the haul off on the point work and it stalled at slow speed, but after a little nudge from the hand of God it was off again, and I had these both running for around 20 minutes and I'm happy to report there were no issues. I think I've got very lucky with these locos. They both seem to be running really well with the pre-installed decoders. Plus, we've got the crew fitted to the 56XX, and it looks like whoever did that did a good job. And I wasn't expecting the Pullman coaches to have the illuminated table lamps. So to anyone who said that Hattons pre-owned prices were a rip-off, I think this demonstrates that if you timed it right, then there were some mega bargains to be had. And just to be clear, neither of these are in the closing down sale. These were purchased in previous pre-owned sales that they used to do once or twice a year. Hattons may be closing soon, but at least this final delivery from them has been a belter, excellent models and great prices. Please consider pressing the like button and subscribing to the channel. Special thanks to all the YouTube members and patrons for your support, it's very much appreciated. That's about it for this video, thanks for watching and I'll hopefully see you again soon.